Long ago, in the sacred town of Udupi, thousands of devotees came every day to behold the beautiful form of Lord Krishna. Among them arrived a humble saint named Kanakadasa. Kanakadasa had once been a warrior. He had known power, pride, and the noise of battle. But life had broken his pride and awakened his heart. Leaving behind his former life, he became a servant of Hari. He wandered from place to place, singing the name of Krishna and reminding people that before God, no one was high and no one was low. When Kanakadasa finally reached Udupi, his heart trembled with joy. For years he had sung to Krishna without seeing him. Now the Lord of his heart was only a few steps away. He could hear the temple bells. He could smell the fragrance of incense and sandalwood. He could hear devotees crying, "Krishna! Krishna!" Holding his tambura close to his chest, Kanakadasa walked toward the temple entrance. But before he could enter, he was stopped. "You cannot go inside," he was told. Kanakadasa looked toward the doorway. Beyond it, devotees were receiving the darshan for which he had traveled so far. "Brother," he pleaded gently, "I have not come seeking wealth or honor. I only wish to see my Krishna once." But the answer remained the same. The rules do not permit you to enter. The doors remained open for others, but closed for him. People walked past Kanakadasa. Some ignored him. Some looked at him with suspicion. Others entered the temple and returned with tears of joy in their eyes. Kanakadasa stood outside, unable even to see the face of the Lord he loved more than life itself. For a moment, his heart broke. But he did not become angry. He did not curse those who rejected him. He quietly walked around the temple and sat behind its western wall. There was no entrance there, no doorway and no window, only a cold stone wall separating the devotee from his beloved Lord. Kanakadasa placed his tambura before him. Closing his eyes, he began to sing. His voice was not filled with complaint. It was filled with surrender. "O Krishna, the whole world calls you compassionate. They say you ran barefoot to protect Draupadi. They say you accepted the poor offering of Sudama. They say you live in the heart of every being. Then tell me, my Lord, am I not also yours?" Inside the temple, the lamps flickered before Krishna. Outside, Kanakadasa continued singing, "Perhaps I am unworthy to enter your temple. Perhaps these eyes are too impure to see you, but you are the Lord of the helpless. Where else can a rejected soul go except to your feet?" Tears flowed down his face. "I do not ask you to punish anyone. I do not ask you to break the rules for me. I ask only this: never turn your heart away from me, even if the whole world turns me away." His song grew softer. "Krishna, I cannot cross this wall, but surely, my Lord, you can." And then something extraordinary happened. The temple trembled. A sound rose from within the sanctum. The stone wall behind the temple began to crack. The priests and devotees looked on in astonishment. The sacred image of Lord Krishna, until then facing the temple entrance, turned around. The Lord turned his back upon pride and faced the humble devotee sitting outside. Through an opening in the western wall, a ray of lamplight appeared. Kanakadasa slowly opened his tear-filled eyes. There, through the broken wall, stood his beloved Krishna. For a moment, Kanakadasa could not breathe. He had been refused by human beings, but welcomed by God. He had been told that he was unworthy to approach Krishna, but Krishna himself had turned to approach him. Kanakadasa fell to the ground. "My Lord," he whispered, "you heard me?" And in the silence of his heart came the answer. "How could I not hear you? The world may look at your birth, your clothing, and your position, but I look only at your love." That opening became known as Kanakana Kindi, Kanaka's window. Centuries have passed, yet devotees still remember the window through which Krishna looked upon his beloved servant. It stands as an eternal reminder that walls may be built by human hands, but no wall can imprison God's compassion. The proud may stand close to the altar and still remain far from the Lord. But a humble devotee sitting outside, calling his name with a pure heart, may bring God himself running. Because the Lord does not ask, "What is your caste? What is your status? Are you permitted to enter?" He asks only, "Do you love me?" And wherever that love is true, Krishna turns toward it.
For similar stories like this and to stay connected to divine wisdom, subscribe to this channel so that we can meet again.